Oh, Halloween, a franchise that has haunted my nightmares since I was a little kid. In fact, it was so bad to the point where one year I was terrified to go trick-or-treating because of the franchise. I blame Rob Zombie.
Are you a giant?
Since I've gotten older and less prone to being scared nowadays,
Stop the cap!
I've gone back and have finally fully been able to appreciate the franchise that John Carpenter started all the way back in 1978 and has lasted multiple decades. When they announced in 2018 that they were starting all over again and that the Halloween 2018 movie is the true sequel to the masterpiece that is the 1978 version, I was over the moon ecstatic to see what was in store for the franchise. And you know what I did? I didn't watch it. Nope, I didn't watch a movie that I was over the moon about, but I eventually came around to see it when the sequel came out. I was blown away by how well the movie was done, how it was directed, the kills, albeit it has its flaws as all movies do. I thoroughly enjoyed the 2018 movie and I couldn't wait for the sequel to come out. Picture this, a Josh over the moon to see the sequel coming out in only a month or two, to only be let down and disappointed by a movie that doesn't nearly live up to its predecessor. It's a shame. I was truly excited for this movie. 2018 left so much open. I was ready to see them explore more. And now I kind of wish Michael would have died in the fire. Let's get into this plot, man. It's a fairly easy plot to follow if you watch the 2018 version. Mike didn't burn the fire. He's looking for revenge, kills a bunch of people. The town thinks Michael is in the town and they're looking for him. Boom. That's the plot. You think it'd be pretty easy not to mess that up, right? Well, they somehow do. So scenes are all over the place, much like my thought process. Things just are in weird places. It's a bar scene that I would have put somewhere else, or I would have just cut it out completely because there's really no reason for it to be in the movie if you ask me. It serves no real purpose to just fill people in about what's been going on in the town. Which is kind of crazy because in 2018, iPhones, newspapers, news channels, technology has evolved. So the way people wouldn't know this, well, maybe they wouldn't know the people who have exactly been in it. But for people to not know this story would be kind of weird, don't you think? So this whole bar scene is just kind of stupid and pointless, and I don't think it needed to be there. So we open up. Cameron is leaving the high school dance where he completely let down Allison by kissing another girl. Finds Officer Hawkins, and then when he finds Officer Hawkins, we flash back to a flashback scene, which honestly is one of the best parts of the movie, if you ask me. Is a flashback scene. It really encapsulates the feel of the 1978 movie. It looks great. Loomis was in it. Loomis looked great. And all around a phenomenal scene. I felt like I was watching something from the 1978 movie. However, it was a little bit tainted due to Loomis's dialogue, and that's an issue with this movie that I have. While 2018 had its cringe moments,
You are so getting dry fucked tonight.
this movie amps that cringe dialogue up to a 10. Loomis goes up and says, after passing Michael to see what's going on inside the house, he says, "What happened here? Did he kill again?" He could have said literally anything else, but he said, "Did Michael Myers, a literal serial killer, kill again?" No, he didn't. He just walked through the house and picked some flowers. They could have made him say literally anything else. Something better that I could have written. And I just thought that line was so weird and out of place to put in there. Why say, "Has he killed again?" You're his literal doctor and you know he's capable of. And you're gonna say, "Did he kill again?" Okay. The tagline for this movie is "Evil dies tonight. Evil dies tonight." It's one of the most cringe moments in this movie. The tagline is only remotely cool when Tommy says it to the people in the hospital because he was so angry he had that vitriol. The guy who plays Tommy is actually phenomenal, so did a really good job in this movie with what he was given. But he was like, "Evil dies tonight," and then this girl was like, "Evil dies tonight," and it was just cringe and out of place. "Evil dies tonight, evil." It felt dumb. It's very dumb and it's very cringe. And yeah, not well done at all. Literally could have taken that tagline out and this movie would have been 10 times better. Officer Hawkins waking to talking about when him and Laura are in there. He wakes up and the first thing he says is, "You so crazy." I fell into my couch. What? There are other cringe moments and cringe dialogue throughout this movie that we could talk about that I just did not enjoy whatsoever. Another thing, the people in this movie have the literal IQ of a rock. Why was everyone so stupid? Everyone was so stupid. Everyone was doing things that just made no sense. I get it. It's a horror movie. People are going to do dumb things. Even they did stupid things in the 2018 movie. It wasn't as nearly as bad and as noticeable in Halloween Kills. People were making stupid moves and stupid decisions every 5 seconds. And it was making me mad. I would literally, the first time I saw Halloween Kills, I was fuming. I was like, what are you doing? Because people were being so stupid. Kills were set up weird. Some kills looked really bad. If you go into the scene where there's the car scene, where the girl who is the driver, I don't know why the driver would get out and nobody did anything to be like, hey, you're the one who got us here. Maybe you could stay and I'll do something. The two capable people, the capable couple in the back who could literally get out and has a... Anyways, she gets out. Michael Myers appears and everyone in that car dies except for the driver. I forgot her name. Doesn't really matter. Michael kills all of them, kicks a car door and kicks the gun from the black girl who's dressed in the nurse outfit. He kicks the door and she's shooting at the front of the car. Why is she shooting at the front of the car? She was shooting at the headlights, then she was shooting at the window where nobody was, and then goes up to the door just enough for Michael to come and kick the door, and she shoots herself in the head. This movie, bro. That was so dumb. People had the literal IQ of a rock. It was, I don't know why people were being so stupid. And it infuriated me, the decisions that they made, going in alone, not telling people things, people not knowing what's going on when people have phones. All of that. They have phones, they have the news channel, newspaper, they have all of that. They have access to that then, they have access to it now. Well, not the phones, but newspapers and news channels. And it just baffles me how little people knew, which goes into my next point about why this movie infuriated me. There was so much potential for this movie, and it ruined it. And the first half of this movie was pretty good, pretty alright. Bad scenes like the bar scene was dialogue, ugh. But when we get into the later half of this movie, it takes this movie from, in my opinion, would have been a 6 out of 10 to my final grade that I'm going to get into. There's this scene where everyone is in the hospital for whatever reason. I mean, I guess people are trying to check in on their loved ones. It makes sense, but I've never seen a hospital that filled ever. But hey, since I haven't seen it, that doesn't mean it doesn't exist. They see this mentally ill patient who in the first movie you remember with the umbrella, who looked like Danny DeVito, kind of like the Penguin. They think that's Michael Myers. My question is, when they were shown on the screen, right? You have phones, so someone has to take a picture. You have archives of what Michael looks like, and you think the guy who is literally short, built like the Penguin from Batman Returns, is Michael Myers? They showed two suspects on the TV screen. I went back and watched it the second time. They showed that guy and a slender, sort of skinnier guy. Why did they not use him? That would have been so much more believable to use a guy who has the stature of Michael Myers instead of someone who is short and small, and they chase him around until he feels like the walls are literally crashing in on him. Because they are. I mean, people are surrounding him. They're trying to kill him. He gets a fire extinguisher, breaks the glass, and falls to his death. Now, this would have been a perfect time to give the whole town a speech about coming together, how we've messed up. And you know what they do? Not that. A word was said, we're all becoming monsters, and they move on about their day. Why did they not expand upon that? Why did they not talk about the ramifications of this, of what they're becoming, of how this happened, and what's going on? If they wanted to do a witch hunt style thing, I would have been so for that, because I don't think that's ever been done in a Halloween movie before, where the town is literally divided between one another. They're fighting against one another, not knowing what's going on, killing one another. And I really feel like it would have been perfect if the death of that guy who killed himself from the hospital, it would have been the final straw in the town, since everyone is there apparently. It would have been great to see them come together and be like, we've been doing this for too long. We're getting people killed. People are getting hurt. And that would have been perfect in my opinion. And then they all come together as a town, hunt down Michael Myers, and go to try and kill him. But hey, third movie, right? And that's another issue that I have with this movie, is that Halloween Kills is so just in between to get to that third movie. And you could genuinely tell that they just want to get to Halloween Ends. Which, hey man, great trilogy, awesome, but this movie doesn't have enough care that was put into 2018. I feel a lot of missed opportunities, a lot of potential untapped that they could have gone into to make this movie an enjoyable slasher with the extra brutal kills and Michael still doing his thing. They could have done so much with this movie that they didn't. And it makes me so upset as someone who genuinely loved the 2018 movie. When I tell you I loved that movie, I loved that movie. It was so good, man. The ending was perfect. How we're gonna set up the sequel, I was so excited. So many things left to be answered. And then this comes out, and I just wish they would have stuck with Halloween 2018. And like I said in the beginning, let Michael die. Let Michael die. And now I get into the biggest issue I have with this movie. The hospital scene was awful trash. The ending. This really shows me that they were trying to rush into the sequel to Halloween Kills, Halloween Ends. So the town comes together. They're beating Michael. Bow, bang, bop, bop, bop. Doing their thing. Going in on Michael. Don't know why no one tried to stab him in the head or cut off his hands. But hey, they did their thing. Hitting him in the back. Disorientating him. Karen, Judy Green, who plays Laura Strode's daughter, stabbing him in the back. Feels great, right? We killed Michael. Evil died that night. No. My boy Michael does a 1v10 and literally obliterates the people who came there to kill him in the first place. They did all that for shock value. They killed Tommy, which I didn't feel too bad about because he got that guy killed. So I was like, oh, well, bye-bye. They killed all of the people they brought back from the older movies. They brought them back just to kill them. Bro, you kidding me? I hate when franchises do this just to bring back older characters. So people are like, oh, wow, this is cool, older characters. And then gone, killed, like they were nothing. Then they killed Laura Strode's daughter. Bro, when I tell you, I turned off the TV. I wanted to turn off the TV so bad when that happened because she was such a badass in the 2018 movie. So well done. That scene when Michael thinks that she's old defenses and not capable to shoot him, and she's like, gotcha, bang, is the best part in that movie. Goated scene. And to just take that away and kill her in the second movie, which had so much the potential to be the next Laura Strode, and just make it her own, be her own badass. They kill her. Just for shock value. This movie pissed me off to no end. And there are good parts. Let me not make this a completely negative movie. The kills, brutal. Michael Myers was intimidating as hell, killing people, stabbing that old black lady in the neck with a broken light tube, stabbing the guy multiple times just to test out the knives in the old person's back. Michael was intimidating and a force to be reckoned with. And that's what I loved in the 2018 movie. They showed that he was that guy. He literally kicked the chair in the police car, almost breaking the doctor's back until he stepped on his head and squishing it like a grape. Composing the score by John Carpenter. John Carpenter is a living legend and a GOAT. He did phenomenal with the score in 2018 and Halloween Kills. Both scores are extremely memorable. I could tell you each scene that fits each certain musical piece. He did his thing. John Carpenter is that guy. Will always be. He did his thing with his son and Daniel. I forgot his last name. All in all, man, this movie just left me so upset because the dumb decisions, a lot of story potential that they could have gone in, and just a lot of just a lot of things done just for the hell of it, man. That ending was literally just done for the hell of it. Just killing all those people, the hell of it. Tommy didn't get his character arc resolved at all. They just killed him. Killed the old officer from the old movie just to kill him. You would have think when you see Michael get up killing a bunch of people, you'd run away and do something. No, they just stood there. Everyone's IQ is like the IQ of a rock. Halloween Kills is a solid 4 out of 10 for me. Even with all the good parts, the directing, forgot to mention that David Green, I believe is his name, was a phenomenal director. In this movie, Halloween Kills, and Halloween 2018, he did great. But all in all, the cringe dialogue being amped, unresolved character problems, character arcs, things just being done for the hell of it, untapped potential, dumb story elements, things that made no sense. This movie, all in all, was not enjoyable for me. Going from 2018 to going to this, I don't know what they were thinking. And I don't even know if I want to watch Halloween Ends now, because what I'm hearing is they're going to skip 5 years into the future, so 2023, to deal with COVID. The way this movie ends, it could completely... I was talking to my friend Jackson, Den of Geeks, about this. He was like, this would have been such a cool idea if all 3 movies took place on the same day, same night. I completely agree with that. That would have been great. But because it makes sense. It makes sense. The ending, literally, it makes no sense for them to skip 5 years into the future. I want someone to explain that to me. If you think, hey, they can skip 5 years and talk about COVID, make it make sense to me, because now it's not clicking. It's not making sense. And I think that's a dumb decision and a ton of wasted potential. More untapped story that they could tell. How is she going to deal with the death of her daughter? 5 years? I want to see Laura grieve. I want to see her plan. I want to see her get the news and be like, all right, since this is what's going down, it's ending, and the 3rd movie is ending. Mike, you're done. If you want to do a time jump, wait 2 days. Go into 2 days. Do that. But no, we're going to go 5 years to deal with COVID. For whatever reason. It's stupid, man. Stupid. I really hope they change their mind about going 5 years into the future. I heard the script isn't done yet. I don't know. But to just go into 5 years in the future just because you can to talk about COVID upsets me as a Halloween fan, of a fan of slasher films. I think that's the dumbest thing you could possibly do. But hey. Anyways, guys, that's my video. Thank you all so much for watching. Did you like Halloween Kills? And I just want to say, if you did love this movie, this is not an attack on you. I'm glad that you enjoyed the movie that I personally despise, because I genuinely did not enjoy this movie as much as I wanted to. I'm glad you enjoyed it. I really am. And I really didn't want to hate on this movie. I don't want to hate on any movie or be too negative, because people put a lot of time and work into these things, and they deserve the credit and congratulations and thank you for what they do. However, that does not mean you cannot criticize their work. And this movie thoroughly disappointed me. Hopefully Halloween Ends is better, but like I said, with this 5-year time jump, I don't even know if I'm gonna watch it personally. But who knows what could happen. Anyways, thank you guys so much for watching. Leave a comment in the comment section down below. Do you agree with me? Do you disagree with me? Tell me what you guys think in the comment section down below. Don't forget to like, comment, share, and subscribe. And I'll see you guys on my next YouTube video. Peace.